Hatim,
Yes, Ali.
have you ever been hacked or blackmailed?
I have been hacked before, but I haven't been blackmailed. But I know someone, a lot of people who have been blackmailed.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Can you tell me a little bit about that, or shall we find out that later?
Well, I know someone very interesting who can tell us about hacking and blackmailing. Cybersecurity in general. You
Okay.
want to know more?
Yes, I do. Let's
Yeah, well, let's go.
go. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to
Wa
Chat
alaikum salam.
Away in Ummati Station. How are you guys doing? Hatim, how are you doing, brother?
I'm fine. What about you? How's everything?
Yeah, all good, all good. Can I hack you? Let me see if my hand can. No, it doesn't. Okay, anyway.
No, you can't. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
So
Let's
how
see
are you today?
I'm doing
Are
very
you
well.
prepared for the lockdown?
Oh yeah, I'm all set, man. I've got how many trays of egg today? I don't know, a lot. I'm gonna end up eating eggs.
I think this holiday is gonna be about eating only.
Oh yeah.
And
no,
you know what is interesting about today's show, Ali, is that people during the lockdown, most of them they will be on the net. That's the number one entertainment in the house, and that's why it's important to talk about cybersecurity today. And I understand that you have a special guest. Who's our guest today?
So our guest today is Warith Al Maawali. You want to know about Warith Al Maawali? He's a deputy CEO of National Security Services Group. He is a developer of world #1 privacy and security operating system, Linux Kodachi. And also he is a cryptocurrency trader. Assalamu alaikum, Warith. How are you doing?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. How about you guys?
Great.
Good,
great.
alhamdulillah. I'm already terrified from you because of your look, Warith.
Calm down, it's just the beginning.
Looks are deceiving.
And I have so many questions for you today, but you know, the line of business that you are doing, or the speciality, is very rare. Not a lot of people are going into this line. Why didn't you become a doctor or an engineer or an accountant? Why cybersecurity?
Well, to start with, it was I started as a programmer, and then to admit I got hacked. That was a long time ago, around 97, by a friend who I knew. So that failure led me into developing my own security Trojan, where I could revenge, because trying to hack the person back with the same tool he used was impossible, because he knows the tricks. So I had to develop my own. So I went deeper into offensive programming, and I maintained into that level for certain years. Then I shifted into defensive security, which is cybersecurity, and it's more interesting to me because I normally link it with my daily trading, which is cryptocurrency. It's all based on security.
Okay, we have also Firdaus Aziz from New Zealand watching at 5 a.m. Fajr. Salaam alaikum, Firdaus.
Alaikum salam, brother Firdaus. It's nice to have people from all over the world watching today's show. Warith, I want to ask you another question, which is quite common when you hear cybersecurity or hacking in this. Automatically, the first thing that comes into your mind is evil. So, are you the good guys in this industry where you protect others, and you're like the policeman, you're solving the problems that hackers create? What exactly is the role?
Well, even the hacker can be a good guy. He could be an ethical hacker, where you wear the white hat and you help people and guide them into securing their vulnerabilities. But my role now is mainly both. I do both because the company I'm involved in has both services. They have the offensive security where you do pen testing. You have to simulate a real hacker attack scenario to attack someone in order to prove that this organization is vulnerable. And the next step is to defend and to show him how to secure his environment. So I'm currently playing both roles. I wouldn't say we are good or bad, but it depends what you're dealing with. When it comes to the managerial level, they see you as the good guys. But when it comes to InfoSec department, they see you as evil because you're auditing them, you know? You're showing the availability. So yeah, it depends what you're dealing with.
So the title now, cybersecurity. What is it? What is cybersecurity?
Well, there's many definitions of cybersecurity. It's a vast area. It is basically information security, and it's the practice of protecting your digital assets. So this falls into your mobile phone, into your personal computer, your online identity. When it comes to corporates, it falls into protecting your databases, your website, your network, your computer systems. So it's all related into the best what you can do to protect your digital assets. That is cybersecurity.
So are we safer today than the past?
And actually, no, because technology is evolving day after day, and the mindset of hackers is also evolving. So I wouldn't say we are safe. You remember old days we had this, normal Symbian phones. They call them Bigly.
Oh,
this
yes.
Yeah, this is more safe than the smartphones that we are having now, because smartphones, they're bloated with software. Some of them could be malware. You would never know that. So yes, we are not secure, and we have a bigger challenge now to protect ourselves.
What could attract hackers to us? We're using our mobile phones on a daily basis. We're using tablets and websites and so on. What exactly attracts them to us?
Well, it depends. It could be if you are wealthy. First of all, it's the money that can attract those attackers. If you're a celebrity, Hatim and Ali, you might be targeted anytime. Yeah, it depends. Sometimes curiosity, because if you keep posting about your personal life, that could attract a hacker and say, okay, let me check if Hatim is vulnerable or not. So that is another thing. So always try not to, and if you had to post your daily activities, try to delay them, especially when you travel. So if you're traveling, instead of posting at the same time, post when you're back. So no one can target you. No one can target the hotel, the Wi-Fi of the hotel you're staying in. That's the point. So make it harder for them.
And I think
go ahead.
And I think in today's world, a lot of social media influencers, they keep on posting where they're going, what they're eating, where they are, what they're doing, and this is dangerous. You don't understand that people might be tracking them. Like you said, sometimes it might be threatening to their lives. If someone wants to harm you in one way or the other, I think you should be very, very careful.
And if you notice some of those platforms, they normally encourage you to reveal your location. So that's another thing that might attract attackers to you.
So we had a guest last week, and the thing is, I don't know, Hatim, if you're aware about that. Yasser, we're talking about Yasser al-Bahri.
Yes.
His YouTube channel got hacked or something, so he lost that.
It got hacked, yes,
yeah. So I think maybe because of the content that he has, people even when what happened in Palestine, and when people started, showing live streams of them being there and talking against the enemy, so those people as well got attacked that they cannot even go live anymore. So talking about attacks, what are the types of cyber attacks, Warith?
There are plenty. I would mention a few of them which are common these days. First of all, there is ransomware. where you get your PC or your important documents encrypted, and you would ask to pay in Bitcoin in order to decrypt those documents. This is ransomware, and it's very, very common. Like it's in every 24 seconds, there's a ransomware attack. People get attacked and they're forced to pay in order to decrypt those documents. There's phishing attacks where you are led into clicking into a site which looks legit, but at the end it points you to a site where it looks like the normal site. Once you enter username and password, the guy has your credentials. There is a social engineering where I can call you, Hatim or Ali, and say, well, I'm from Microsoft, or I'm from this company, and you're having a problem with your PC. I need to support you. So during that call, I'll be like convincing you to give me some and reveal some of your personal information, and I would use it against you later. There's SQL injection where you use it to inject parameters into databases. There's mail advertising where you can see an advertisement and it's really attractive that you cannot resist, and you click on it and suddenly it says your computer is infected and you have to pay a ransomware in order to protect yourself. That is all false advertising. And there is the most dangerous one, which is called APT, Advanced Persistent Threat, where the attacker doesn't tell you and doesn't show you that he's there. He's just quiet, silent, collecting data from you. So he can stay there for years and you would never know for that. It's very rare to see it on personal perspective. It always happens on corporates, where people, like the leakage Sony had, you remember a few years ago? So people are there, long time, they would steal your information, sell your information to your competitors, or harm you in any way without you knowing. So I still think that when you get your website defaced, it means they change your website. That is much better than advanced persistent threat, where he's there for a long time and you never know about it.
Subhanallah. Warith, do hackers hack one another? Is there a competition between them? Do they have rivalry or something between themselves, or they only hack the weak, the vulnerable, like me and Ali?
No, they do hack, because I wouldn't say hackers only. Now, if it's even between countries, if you've seen the recent wars that happened between few countries, I wouldn't mention the countries, but they did not use tanks or jets. They use cyber attacks in order to penetrate electricity stations, shut down water pump, whatever you name it, and it was all through online. So yes, attackers attack each other, and it's who is the best, who knows the most. And also now the most common thing is the market is moving into cryptocurrency. So if I know someone has crypto asset into his PC, that would encourage the attackers to attack the attackers, because mainly now at this stage, most of the investors are attackers themselves, because they know about security, so they're interested about blockchain. So if I know this attacker is into cryptocurrency, my main goal is to steal his cryptocurrency. I wouldn't do that, but this is what's happening actually at the moment.
So I think, Hatim, when you were in school, you might have got bullied.
All the time, man, all the time.
But what is cyberbullying, man? That's something new, man.
We hear it all the time. This name, we hear it all the time on media. Cyberbullying.
Yeah, cyberbullying is about posting. Like if I intend to harm someone, and I would post false information about them on the internet that would damage their reputation, and this is cyberbullying. That information can even be true, but that person doesn't want it to go public. So that is cyberbullying.
Give us some examples of cyberbullying, Warith. I mean, something that can happen to
For example,
recently,
here in the country, I mean, don't bring it from outside, from Oman itself.
Wallah, Oman, because we are live, I wouldn't be able to mention the names, but it happened here. Like I know a company, and that company actually provides cybersecurity solutions for people. They pretend their goal is to protect organization, and they got hacked, and they got the information stolen, around 8 GB of data, and they fell into this cyberbullying because they were asked to pay a ransomware in order not to reveal this information to the public. They did not pay, and the information is now in public. Like all the clients, all the database, you name it, everything is there. The contracts, blueprints of infrastructures. I mean, it's terrible. But yeah, it happens even here in Oman. Yani.
Warith, you remind me of a story of one of my friends who had a guard dog, and his guard dog was stolen. So the guard dog that was supposed to guard the house was stolen. This is exactly the same thing of this company.
Yeah.
Wait. Are you talking about someone we know?
Yes.
Let him answer the
question. Oh man.
So what is the cybersecurity industry growing, or it's going to vanish after a while?
No, definitely it's growing. I mean, from I don't have the numbers, but from 2020 to 21, the growth is almost 11%. You can imagine, and it is estimated like to cross over 176 billion within the few next years. If it wasn't COVID-19, I think cyber would take over. But you know, health is always on top. Then cyber security follows after that.
Okay.
Let me be clear. It's all about defending. You know, health, you're defending your body from viruses. While cybersecurity, you're still defending your system from hackers and viruses. It's the same concept.
Yeah. We have a question here by Hassan Al-Rasbi. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. He's asking, is moving data to cloud storage from local hard disk makes our data more secure, as we are normal people and we don't expect hackers to follow our cloud storage?
It depends how you store it locally to start with. So if your cloud storage is open and it's not encrypted, or the provider has the encryption keys, the master key, you've done nothing. So better to store it locally with encryption that you only know, rather than storing it on the cloud. And when it comes to cloud, there's centralized cloud and there's decentralized cloud. I would trust decentralized cloud more rather than centralized cloud, because I know the people who are behind the decentralized cloud, they do not own the master key, so they cannot decrypt my data. So it all depends on what are you going to pick in terms of storage.
Okay, I've got a question here, but maybe I don't know if we want to answer it now or we move it to a later stage. SQL injection.
My God, we're getting okay. This is advanced now. Okay, go ahead.
This is Chinese to us.
I wanted to keep it simple, but go ahead. Let me see the question. SQL injection, etc. What is the most dangerous? Well, I would say SQL injection and file includes are the worst. XSS is not that bad. It is bad, but file includes, if you misconfigure that, you're gone. SQL injection, if you misconfigure that, but I would say file includes number one. If you misconfigure that, you're dead, because it can give you a root privilege easily. Then SQL injection depends how your database is being isolated from the Active Directory or not. There's many factors here, but I would go from the least, number one, then SQL injection, then XSS, cross-site scripting.
Warith, can you please speak in English?
I'm trying, man. That's why I said it's better to be to simplify the show.
I think Hatim and I are lost now. What is he talking about?
Let's stick to the okay. Make it simple because I think most of the audience are new to this field.
Okay. So all of us are using the net now during the lockdown. What should we avoid doing? We're making it simple.
Okay. Well, first of all, avoid using simple passwords. That's the common mistake. You just mentioned someone got hacked. His channel got hacked on YouTube. So I would assume using simple password, using common password. So don't use one password in 600 platforms. That's a big mistake you're doing. If I ask you, Hatim, what's your password in Instagram? If you can tell me what's your password now, that's bad. You should never know your password to be safe because it should be so complex. And you will tell me, Warith, how can I memorize those 100 complex passwords? You should use password managers. They are free password managers available online. Use them to generate complex password. If you ask me what is your password for YouTube, for Google, whatever service you're using, I don't know any of them, and I cannot even pronounce them because they are all letters and complex characters. So avoid using simple password. Avoid, even though it's complex, avoid using it in more than one platform. Do not share your personal stuff online. Do not overtrust. Overtrust means I receive an email from Ali today, and simply I just go and click the link because it's from Ali. That is a mistake because someone could have hacked Ali's email account and send me an email just to hack my PC as well. You shouldn't overtrust anyone. You should always validate. Now, in WhatsApp even, you can fake voices. I can record your voices and fake your voice. And I've seen cases where people got requested to send money overseas. And the voice was genuine. But the mistake, the person did not validate the sender, That's another mistake. You should always validate the sender and also stay away from ads. No matter how good it looks, don't click on them. Otherwise, you might fall into trouble again. Yeah, those are my simple advices.
You mentioned password management. What is this again? Because we don't want to go to a fake password management system. So can you specify?
Well, this is like you want a name. So you want me to recommend one for you?
No. What is it? What is it?
How we can avoid getting into password management which are fake? So how do you know?
Okay, you should use an open source password management. So I would recommend one for the audience, which is I'm using myself, which is Keepass. You have to Google it, Keepass. It's a very powerful tool, and later on when I share my screen, I will let you see how it looks like. It's very easy to manage, and you can categorize your passwords. So for emails, you can have your own category. For social media, for whatever you have, Word document passwords, you can all categorize it into one database, and you can protect this password database with your own password, so no one can get into it. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Okay.
So your life is all full of passwords, man.
Yeah, and complex, not any passwords, because like I would definitely tell you, 90% of the population, 90%, they use single password for everything, and it could be your name, your son's name, your dog name, your car model.
Your birthday.
It's very easy to brute force it or use a dictionary against it. So if I need to attack Hatim, let's say, all I need to do is know his name and his family members, what is his interest, and just add numbers, and that's it. That's it. Tell me, Hatim, if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Don't tell him now.
I can't tell you online. I can't tell you online.
Right now.
Okay. Especially to you, I can't tell you anything, man.
I stopped doing that long time ago, man. So it's okay.
Now, Warith, how difficult is for your wife to unlock your phone? Someone like you, is it difficult?
Well, it is difficult. First of all, I'll tell you a trick. Yeah, like now everyone is using fingerprints, and to avoid using common ones. So don't use this.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good.
So because while you are sleeping, she can easily, just put your finger on that. She knows this is the default the default finger that he's using.
Okay.
Yeah, keep changing it. Number one, use
Can I use my
scanners.
foot? Can I use my foot? Can I use my foot instead of?
Yes, you can use. It will be it will be much better. Use eye scanner because while you're sleeping, no one can come and try to use a complex password. You can use both. Like in order to authenticate with only fingerprint, use a password with a fingerprint. So it's not only to protect against your wife, it's protect against anyone, man. Don't get me into trouble.
Man, Hatim, I don't understand why you asked that question in particular.
Because a lot of guys, you shoot them but don't unlock their phone. This is like standard, yeah. So I think this question is important, للشباب يعني.
So, Warith, what should someone do when they're blackmailed by an attacker?
First of all, you should deactivate the account, the targeted account. That's the first step. Deactivate it. Okay, don't let it online because he will try to contact your contacts. So if that already happened, you have no choice, deactivate it. That's number one. Number two, contact the authorities. And sometimes you might face delays. So try to contact an expert that can guide you into this. Number four, I would say never respond to the attacker. Never respond. Never send him money, because if he requests for, let's say, $100 and you send him the 100, the next email will be send me 1,000. So never respond. Just ignore him, tell him go to hell, and that's sorry, but you have to keep him away from you.
Okay, I think someone already got your password here.
Warith, I think.
What?
Somebody already got your password here.
Yeah, but it's not complex enough, so that's not my password.
Oh, sorry, someone. Sorry about that.
Try again.
Try again, someone. Hatim, before you ask your question, just wanna share Hassan's question again. At the one time, we all had antivirus installed on our PCs, something like Norton antivirus. But then, as Norton started consuming the PC processing power, we moved to MS Defender. Is this good?
Well, it depends why Norton was consuming a lot of power. I wouldn't betray Norton for... Well, Microsoft is getting there. They're good enough. But Norton, the recent solution they had is so powerful. So I wouldn't give up Norton for MS Defender. That wasn't the right decision. Of course, there are better tools than this. Now I would go for a solution which has AI capabilities, use EDR instead of normal antiviruses. And for this case, it might be someone was mining, you can always inject processors. So they should have first contacted Norton to make sure that those processors are not injected with the miners. You know what is mining? Mining is like, I use your PC resources to generate money for cryptocurrency. So whenever you enter your PC, you check it, the CPU is very high. So you suspect it's Norton or something else, or someone else is getting rich from your PC. So there could be many scenarios, but yeah, that's what I can think of right now.
Ali.
It's still in English, Hatim, yeah?
Ali, why were you shaking your head as if you understand?
Oh, you don't know me, Hatim. You don't know me. If you want to know me, look at this. Look at all this technology.
MashaAllah.
What does it tell you?
Well, when someone hacks you tonight, and then you'll find out how good you are in your technology.
I need to find out my password first, man, and it's not my eye or finger.
Warith, how come some big companies are being attacked in their security system, especially the modern one?
That's a tricky question, and it applies to everyone, including Oman. First thing, the problem that we are having, they don't accept to be audited. It's like finance world, you have to have auditors come and check your cash flow from time to time. in cybersecurity, you have to do the same. You have to allow third parties who are experts to come and audit your security posture. And in Oman and most of the countries, they don't accept that. We are information security. We know what we are doing. We don't want to let anyone into our network. That's problem number one that causes people to get hacked, an organization. Problem number two is misconfiguration. They would buy the fancy firewalls, fancy antivirus, and it's misconfigured. It has the default passwords on them. So it's easy to be, penetrated by the attackers. Okay. The other fact is they trust third parties. So when they get, they need an assistant. Someone can come from, far away, another country, in order to support them, to give them technical support remotely. And in order to have that, they would give their admin credentials to them. How come can you give this to someone? How come can you trust to open to someone into your organization just to give you support? That's a disaster. So you shouldn't trust anyone with this. The last fact is having the wrong people, even though they are qualified, but they are in the wrong place. You cannot take someone with IT background and give him a position of an information security manager. It doesn't work, because IT is a total different field, and information security is total different field. So having the right person on the right spot is your key, because he can avoid all of those previous facts that I mentioned.
And I think what you just said was right, because in some places, I think it's a default setting for an IT person to be a security guy, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
I would, because there's a lack of security professionals in Oman, and it's a demanding career at the moment. And let me give you a story. I was looking for what they call them PTZ cameras. So I went to the guy who was selling those cameras, and my question to him was, if I bought this camera, will it detect the motion and follow the person who came into my premises? He said, yes. I said, can you prove it to me? So I thought he would switch on the camera and show me. What he did, he took his mobile and switched on the application, and he showed me his clients' cameras. Can you imagine how bad is that? So he showed me, okay, see this guy, see this neighborhood, see this. So what is the problem here? The problem is we overtrust those third party. Once they come to fix your cameras, before they leave, make sure you change the password and do not enable remote access to anyone. You should always disable it. Even though if he had another username, he wouldn't be able to access it if remote access is disabled. So that's a disaster,
But this is scary, because I know nowadays we also have, some people have cameras in their homes, and they access that through their phones, using a Wi-Fi. Is that also, people might hack that and actually watch your house?
Yes, it can happen. It depends with what you are dealing with, the manufacturer. But mainly, you don't have a choice, Ali. Sometimes you have to be able to, but you have to have a VPN connection in order to protect your network. So it's only you, even though someone else can have the password, but he wouldn't be able to access that network because it belongs to your VPN. So you can always add another layer of security on top of your cameras. Do not rely on the what security company says when they provide you the camera. No, we are secure. We will make sure no one enters your camera. Do not rely on that. You should always have different layers of security to protect such cameras or IoT devices. Not only about cameras. Now everything is built on IoT. You have Alexa devices. You have TVs, smart TVs with cams now. So those, and trust me, most of those IoT devices, they're based on old Windows operating system or Linux operating system. So it's very easy to find vulnerabilities on them.
The problem, Warith, is a lot of people are very simple. They are not very highly equipped with the knowledge of security. So someone will go and install the cameras in the house. Maybe they don't know even that the camera has a password or a VPN or whatever you mentioned just a few minutes ago. So I think the knowledge of security is not there. You know, people don't understand that they are in danger because of the network and all these issues, and they need to educate themselves and you know, ask experts and so on, and also get people whom they trust. That's why sometimes the price is not only the thing that you look for. You go for something that is cheap. It's better to pay more money and go to someone that you trust than you go and pay something cheap, and then
Exactly.
everybody can observe your camera.
You're right, and it depends also where you locate it. Some of them like would place it in order to monitor babysitters. You should always shut it off if it's in your master bedroom, in a place where you don't want anyone to look into. You should always shut it off when you don't need it.
Yeah. Now, Warith, if I ask you to rate the security posture in Oman, what would you rate it? A tough question.
Yeah, it's a tough question. I wouldn't say.
Wait. Did you expect that question to come? Did you expect that?
That's a tough one, Hatem. But yeah, okay.
No,
I have to be careful when I answer this. But
it's better to be honest. It's better to be honest, because there's no point of saying that, oh, we're on the top of the list and then we're not. You know, it's better to be open and frank about this issue.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's very bad.
Oof.
Does that answer your question? It's very bad.
It answers well.
and the problem, yani, it will take us some time and big effort in order to reach into a posture where we are satisfied with our security posture in Oman. So currently the situation is bad, but it's not only in Oman. Yani, this is not only in Oman; it's mostly everywhere, because people, the awareness is not that good. People are not willing to spend into cybersecurity. They would spend into anything, but when you tell them about cybersecurity, it's the least of their priority. So once there is awareness, we will overcome this issue, inshallah.
But when you say awareness, did you mean they don't have that technical knowledge about it and how important it is, or what is it?
It's about, you know, it's all related, Ali. It's all about related to like risk management. If you don't know how to manage your risk, you would give cybersecurity the least priority. Trust me. So that's the problem. Is what can you do once you get hit? I've seen people that we submitted proposal to them with I would say like 10,000 Omani riyals, and they would say, wow, this is so expensive. And once they get hit with ransomware, they're willing to pay 100,000. Mm-hmm. Now, tell me, what is better? It was better for them to prevent, like now the reputation is damaged, and yet you are paying 10 times more, and you cannot fix what has been damaged. So I would rather pay the 10,000 to have third party to audit my infrastructure rather than wait until, you know, the damage happens and I will pay triple the amount. Or, I mean, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. We have a question by a person from Telecom. As we are moving to the 5G and IoT era, what is your advice to the community before embracing such technologies? And are there any governmental regulations being set?
Well, for IoT, I'm not sure. For 5G, yes, I think there are regulations. They wouldn't launch it without having proper regulation in place. But for IoT, I would really, really stay away and make sure that whatever IoT device, because I wouldn't say, okay, live without a TV that is not smart. It's very difficult now. You know, we have to watch Netflix. You have to entertain yourself. So what is the solution now, Warith? Now here you're telling me to avoid IoT, and here you're telling me you have to have that TV. The solution is to isolate your networks. So isolate those entertainment or IoT devices from your main home network. So whatever you value, keep it away. Use another virtual. I'm trying to be simple. Another virtual network to isolate. So if the hacker comes and tries to penetrate the IoT, let him play around, because all he will see those IoT, refrigerator, TV, but he wouldn't see your personal PC. He wouldn't be able to access your mobile devices. So always try to isolate and switch them off, and always play with the configuration. No matter it's a refrigerator, it's a TV unit, whatever you buy, always go to the configuration and make sure you understand what is there. Don't leave everything into default. That's the biggest mistake. And when it comes to 5G, that's a new technology as well. I wouldn't say there's a big difference when it comes to security from 4G to 5G. You're having speed. That's it. More bandwidth, more capacity, more hackers can hack you at the same time. But the way to defend yourself will remain the same, which applies for 3 and 4 and 5 is the same.
Warith, could you list some of your achievements and tell us how are they related to cybersecurity?
Okay, we've got plenty of them, but the one I'm proud of is Linux Kodachi. It's the world #1 security and privacy operating system. Also got an award for the first place for a tool that I developed, SSLI, from the Arab Regional Cybersecurity. And I got 2 of my solutions adopted by German companies. One was actually offensive solution, and one was database or mail indexing system, and they got adopted by German companies. So I'm proud of that so far. But my recent achievement is Linux Kodachi, and I'm sticking with it so far. I'm developing it.
Warith, mashallah, congratulations on your achievements. I'm very intrigued by the name Kodachi. It sounds like Japanese.
Yeah, it's related to martial arts. You know, Hatim, since we were kids, we were into martial arts. Ali was part of the game, I think, as well. So it's a Japanese sword. The warriors, warriors from Japan used to fight with those swords. It's a very sharp, powerful sword. So the name came from this Japanese sword. To defend yourself, with that sword.
But Linux is a separate operating system, right? That already exists.
But with Linux, you have many flavors. So you have Linux Ubuntu, you have Debian, you have Linux Mint, and you have Linux Kodachi. You understand?
Okay.
So Linux is one, but you have many flavors of them. You have designing flavors, you have security flavors. Kodachi falls into security and privacy flavor, category.
Okay, tell us more about it.
Well, it's an operating system. It's like Windows. So imagine you don't use Windows and you use Kodachi. The point of having Kodachi, let me simplify it for the audience. So if I ask you today, if you have a Windows but you're not protected, you need to use a VPN. You need to have a Tor connection. You need to encrypt your DNS traffic. You need to have encrypted hard disk. You need to have crypto wallets that are secure. And I give you this task. How long will it take you to achieve?
Hatim is lost.
I'm lost.
Okay. No, it's a long process. It will take you ages to achieve, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
With Linux Kodachi, you switch it on. You have all of that built in, ready for you to use. This is how simple it is. You don't have to set up your VPN. You don't have to set up your Tor. You don't have to encrypt your DNS. It's already encrypted. You have cryptocurrency wallet ready to go. You have nuke functionality where you can nuke your operating system. What is nuke? To simplify it, if your password is HATIM123 and you're forced to open your PC, all you have to do is remember another password that you've set up earlier, and I would say HATIM999. He types HATIM999 and the PC is gone. It will destroy itself. That is how powerful is Linux Kodachi. Can I share my screen, Ali?
Sure.
Can you share your password as well?
I will later on, after the show.
So you will have to click on share first.
Okay. Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Okay, just a second. Let us.
Dear
Here we
viewers,
go.
this is the only time you're going to see Warith's screen. So you're very lucky today. You're very lucky today to see Warith's screen.
Actually, this is Linux Kodachi. This is how it looks. I'll just go very fast through it. Just you get an idea. This is the information. Okay, you compare it with Windows. You don't have any information on your screen. Over here, you have everything to do with your IP address. Please do not memorize this address. You have your VPN address. It says I'm from Russia. You have your Tor network. I'm connected to Tor network, which says I'm from Turkey. You have DNS encrypted. You have all the information to do a PC. If you need a dashboard to simplify a task, I've developed this dashboard for the users. On VPN, I can use, so if I don't trust Kodachi VPN, I can use commercial VPNs, as you can see over here. I can change the country. If this is Turkey, I can change to any country. So let's say Romania, and automatically it will switch to Romania. You can do a lot of things with Tor. You can do a lot of things with DNS. You have a panic room, Hatim and Ali.
Oh.
If anyone comes into your room now and all you have to do is destroy your system, click on this and you destroy the system. You can randomize your MAC, spoof your MAC address. You can spoof your time zone. Yeah, and if you hide your IP, okay, let's say I'm hiding my IP. My IP says I'm from Russia, right? But my time zone says I'm from Muscat. You know, people can hunt you back, right? Because they know where's your location. Over here, I can change the time zone. I can say, okay, whenever I connect to the VPN, please change my time zone based on the IP. Okay, I can spoof my MAC address. I can update my time. You cannot have the time zone as Russia and your IP in Russia while your time is 9:49, because this is Omani time, right? Local time. So, so you can also fake this one as well. This is roughly, you have cryptocurrency wallets over here. You have security tools, as you can see, and this is all I can show you for now. And we can go to the next question.
Please show us more, Warith. Please show us more.
One more step. One more step. We were almost there, man.
What do you want to see? The passwords? I will show you the password manager, so you have an idea how it looks. This is the password manager.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is the Keepass, where you store all your passwords.
Focus,
but
Hatim, focus.
No, I try to minimize this now. So
we can't see nothing. We can't see.
You guys are dangerous, man. I have to hide everything now.
Can't see nothing.
Okay. When we talk about okay, I'll keep sharing my screen. If you have any question later on to do with Kodachi, I might need to share some stuff as well.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, having that Linux Kodachi was ranked the first worldwide. Is there any other recognition of Linux Kodachi?
Okay, there are some. Can you see my screen now? Please.
Just a second. Yep.
Okay, this is Linux Format magazine, UK-based magazine, and with Linux formats, if we go to page number 24. This was released last year. They had a roundup between all the security distribution in the world. Yani, I'm not talking about Oman, I'm not talking about Middle East, I'm talking about worldwide, globally. Yani. And this roundup has led into that Kodachi is the first worldwide when it comes to security and privacy. So this is the ranking over here. This is how it looks. Let's go to page 29. And this is the rank. As you can see, Kodachi has scored the first place on this magazine. When it comes to the Australian magazine, which is APC, and this is the magazine. If we go to page 52, by the way, this was released like 3 weeks ago. This is new to me as well. And they featured out Kodachi as well. Yeah, so this was the positive review, and I've got almost 5 stars. Yeah. So alhamdulillah, there is recognition, alhamdulillah, worldwide. When it comes to TechRadar, I think we are all aware of TechRadar. It's a famous IT publisher. And if we check TechRadar over here, so they did also a comparison between 6 operating systems. They're all security related, and they're so complicated, some of them. but yet Kodachi has ranked the first, and this is 2021. So in 2020 and 2021, Kodachi got the first place worldwide. Alhamdulillah.
Congratulations.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. We're very proud of you, Warith. This is a great achievement from the Middle East and Oman specifically. We're always labeled that we are backwards and the entire world is in front of us. But in reality, we do have smart and intelligent people in the Middle East that we should be proud of. And I would say that Warith, you should train. You should not you, Ali, not you.
Why
I
not me?
wasn't talking about you, man. I wasn't talking about you.
Thank you, Hatim. Thank you very well.
So I think keep up the good work. But this will only increase pressure on you to develop more and more and compete more, because the rest of the world now, they have their eyes on you.
Exactly.
And they will always want to know more about Kodachi so that they can beat you. So make sure you keep those passwords safe, man.
I'll try my best.
Hatim, with what Hatim just mentioned, what is the future plan for Linux Kodachi?
Well, at the moment, it's a community version. It's free. And my plan is, my dream, it wasn't a plan, it was a dream, to have a complete kit where you just don't have an operating system, not only the operating system, but let's have a laptop, secure laptop. Let's have a complete kit where you can secure your communication, your transactions, your daily online activities. And the plan was to develop this tool, and I will let you see it now.
Warith, have you been hacked by any chance? Because
yes, I've been 3 times.
No, I mean just now, because you're not clear. The resolution. Maybe if you can hang up and join again, if possible.
Just hang on.
Hatim, what did you do? Did you get his password or something?
I'm lost, my friend. Today's topic, I am so ignorant when it comes to technology. I even ask my kids, my 6-year-old kids and 10-year-old kid, to change my password and do the settings. I'm not a technology guy, man. And I'm ashamed to say that, but that's the reality. Everybody has his cup of tea.
Mm.
And am I on?
You're on, yes.
Yes.
On.
Can you see my screen?
Let me...
Not yet.
Let me just turn it on here. Not yet. Okay. I think I can see it. Just a second. I have to transfer that into this using your password. Okay, got it.
Okay. This is what was one part of my goal, is to have a kit that combines all security tools that someone would need. And this has become to a reality with the support of NSSG, which you can see here. The logo is over here. And basically, if you have this box or suitcase, you don't need anything else to protect yourself. It has everything. It has a flash memory to boot your Kadachi. It has a FARAI bag where you can protect your telephone to cut off your signal on your mobile phone or any device. This is only key where you can store your password. This is only key. I'm having it here. You can store your password over here. All you have to do is type the password first time and then click on the numbers. You have a data blocker. You know, sometimes you visit hotels and they provide you a charging cable. You know, you can be infected with that. So the best way is to use something like this, where you block the traffic from that cable. You have a YubiKey to authenticate. You have encrypted flash memory. You have those 2 devices. Simply, they provide you with a built-in VPN and a Tor. So you can have Kodachi, and on top of Kodachi, you have another layer of VPN. So that's double VPN, double security with those devices. And with this scanner, you can scan like for, cameras, hidden cameras and stuff. And it comes with a laptop, which has a built-in Kodachi system itself. This is the first, the only one in the world at the moment. I've never seen such a tool anywhere in the world, and inshallah to be launched soon. And this is Omani product. Having said that,
mashallah.
yes. Having said that, thank you. In NSSG, National Security Services Group, we have those, alhamdulillah, talented Omanis, programmers, developers. And alhamdulillah, we were capable to deliver 2 more cybersecurity products. The first one is here, which is HashStrike. It allows you to audit your password. What is the strength of your password within your organization? So if you're having a bank which has 100,000 of users, how can you evaluate those passwords? Are they strong enough to be protected or not? With this tool, you can evaluate and test. And this is Omani product with only 1 competitor in the world at the moment. This is another product, which is Decapsula. This is Omani product, and it will protect you from email impersonating. So within an organization, you can receive an email from Ali, where actually it's not from Ali. With such solution, you can protect such things. And it also has a database of breached passwords. Yani if you're working with any organizations and that organization password got leaked because they were part of LinkedIn, let's say, several times LinkedIn got their password leaked. So it's easy to go and find that organization domain name. If someone has used his office email into LinkedIn, all I have to do is get that password. If it's encrypted, I will use HashStrike to decrypt it. Then I can spoof someone because I already know the password. I can gain access into email because he's using the same email and spoof and pretend to be someone which I'm not. And this system, Decapsula Omani product, will prevent from happening. So these are 2 main products I wanted really to highlight because they're actually the first cybersecurity products being developed in Oman, and the aim is, inshallah, instead of us being importers of cybersecurity solution, inshallah, in the near future we'll be exporters.
Warith.
Yes.
Warith. Is MI6 part of your customers? Do they come and buy these bags from you?
Anyone is welcome, Hatim. And I'm pretty sure, anyone, we can accept anyone of these tools. Thank you.
Alawi, proud of you. Hassan Rasbi, we are very proud of you, Warith. And somebody actually asked about where can I find this PDF?
Which PDF? Okay, the PDFs, the magazines. I think he meant the magazines. The magazines, you have to visit Linux Kodachi. This is the URL. And all you have to do, visit the Linux Kodachi page. And you can go to achievements. And you can find the original articles with the PDF along with the PDF over here. Of course, for the kit, because the kit is with a partnership with NSSG, we will have a dedicated page within the same domain of NSSG. So it will be lkk.nssg.com, but that is not released yet.
About the toolbox, can it come separately?
Separately as?
Maybe piece by piece instead of having the whole box. I guess.
No, at the moment. No, the idea is to have the whole box because if you need piece by piece, you can get them on the market. Like what is unique about this box is having all these pieces together and the Linux Kodachi on it. That makes it unique. Otherwise, anyone can make such a box, right?
Yeah. So Warith, if you have such a box, will it be easy for you to travel from one country to another? Will it be allowed in airports?
Yes, it will be allowed because yes, it allowed, is. Most of those tools that you see there from Amazon, you can get them. Anyone can buy them. Yeah. So you can travel with it. Of course, you wouldn't need to take the entire box each time you travel. You might need the VPN routers. That's all you need, or the encrypted USB. So, or just the laptop. It depends with your mission. Where are you going? Which country are you going? Is it a safe country? If I go to that place, I would take 2 boxes instead of 1, complete boxes.
Warith, I think 2 boxes are not enough for you, man.
I think we're running out of time, but I have this question. How does cryptocurrency, how is it related to security?
Well, cryptocurrency is an interesting topic. It has evolved like recent years. Think about as it is a ledger. You know, you have ledger in everything, in health industry, in mortgages, everything. You have normal ledgers where you have records, right? Those records are normally centralized, and you can tamper with, right? Because
Yes.
if I get you a ledger from Ministry of Housing, and I say this land belonged to your grandfather, someone can tamper it anytime. After 10 years, it can be tampered. When it comes to cryptocurrency, you have the same ledger, while it is decentralized, it's not centralized, and every record on it has a unique key where it is immutable. Yani you cannot play with any record. If you play or edit or try to tamper any of these records, immediately it will highlight you and take you out of the system, or let you know as something is wrong. So it is something you can trust. It is immutable and it is decentralized. You cannot take it down. It's not owned by a government. Yeah, I mean, everything is transparent when it comes to blockchain. Why it is more related into security? Because many of the platforms, even social media, they're adopting into cryptocurrency or the blockchain. They're using blockchain to protect their platforms. Why? Because you can always validate the information which is there. When the message comes from Ali, I can definitely tell this information came from Ali. With a normal ledger system, you cannot tell. Now, let me give you an example. iMessages on WhatsApp, on iPhone. Everyone knows iMessages. Yes, it has end-to-end encryption. Can you verify today if Apple doesn't have the master keys? You cannot.
You cannot.
You cannot. It is encrypted, yes, but can I trust them? No, I cannot trust them. So I wouldn't use it. That's why the blockchain came, because it's built on encryption. Yani fully encrypted. I don't want to talk about hashes and MD5 and whatever. It's all complicated, but it's something you can trust and it's transparent.
Warith, we have run out of time, but one last question. When it comes to buying equipment like laptops and mobiles, is it important what brand you're buying, or is it important what softwares are you installing in the brand?
Both are important, Hatim. Both brand. Don't buy cheap brands that you know, they were manufactured in certain places. I wouldn't trust that because they can easily be infected, especially if you're a targeted person. I would always buy it from an authorized brand that I really trust. And I would never, when it comes to PCs and mobile phone, I would never use the PC or mobile phone as it came with its own software. Yani now today, if you buy a Samsung mobile, it is always bloated with Samsung bloatware, right?
Softwares.
Or wrong?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. There's a lot of crap you don't want to see there. So you have to flash the ROM and have your own open source operating system, then you'll be secure. Of course, you tell me, Warith, I don't have the knowledge to do that. You can buy phones like Google Pixel, like OnePlus, which do not include bloatware. They have only the operating system. So you can start from there and move forward. You understand me? And there are some the brands when it comes to PC that they were known to include backdoors. So I would stay away from there. You can always do that research on the net and find out like whom to trust. So I don't want to mention brands because it's not a marketing video here. So I'm trying to stay away from mentioning brands. Okay.
Nasser Alawi asking, as per my understanding, it depends on the authentication factors. Example, for SMS, for example, can be hacked. So even with 2FA, it's hackable.
Yes, he's right. First of all, SMS is open. يعني if I see a company which is sadly until now I see banks, they use SMS for two-factor authentication. This is really bad.
Yeah.
Because SMS is not encrypted. How can you use it? I can spoof SMS easily. I don't need any fancy tools. I just go online, Google how to spoof SMS, and I will do it and send you a fake authentication code or try to trick you to give me the. This is how people got hacked on their WhatsApp. How did they get hacked? Because the two-factor authentication was based on SMS only. Now they've implemented new security layer where You can have your security code within the application. But to start with, SMS was the only two authentication factor they had, and that's why people got tricked and got hacked. So I wouldn't rely on SMS. Never. I wouldn't rely on it.
So I think the same question was by Muhammad. I just didn't want to miss that, Muhammad. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, a lot of people have a lot of questions that are making me confused.
Yeah, this is actually the same question. Yeah. They both have the same question.
Anyways, Warith, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for your knowledge. I'm sure we've learned one thing or the other today, but the most important thing that I want to say is that we're very proud of you being an Omani, being a gentleman from the Middle East, and you have all these achievements under your belt. And I wish you all the best, and I want you to continue in this and make us more proud of you, inshallah. And let us show the world that the Middle East has talented young people such as yourself and Ali.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hatim and Ali. I do really appreciate being invited. I got invited over here and to be a guest with you guys. And I hope Hatim will change his password once the show is over. And yeah. Thank you very much, and I highly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I think maybe next time we interview you, I think they're gonna be another achievement, yet another achievement. How many years from now, Hatim, we should invite him?
I think the next time we invite him, the first thing I'm going to do is get a dictionary, so that I can follow up what he's saying.
I would recommend the next topic to be about cryptocurrency, because many people, keep asking questions. How do I start? Can I invest? What to trust? And this would really grab more audience into your show. So until next time, you guys have a good time.
You too, brother.
Take care.
Thank you very
Shukran.
Thank you.
Shukran. Take care, man.
Bye-bye.
Asante.
So cryptocurrency security. What's that? Kardashian? No, what was it? Kodachi.
Kodachi. No, not where did Kardashians come from, man?
Sorry.
Warith is gonna kill you, man.
Man, what to do? So yeah,
I have a headache today, man. I have a headache. I've never heard so much IT jargon in my life like today. I mean, I was just like shaking my head. Okay, I didn't understand that. But I'm sure a lot of people understood what he was saying.
I think we had many of our viewers who have watched it, and I think they're more knowledgeable about this than us.
Yes.
Hassan, thanks for the good show. Thanks to you. Thanks for watching. Hisham, we have also Muhammad. Mashallah. Thanks for your for your time and
support. Yeah.
And support all the time. So I think for those of you who have not subscribed, please, why your head is up there? Can you lower it down? Please like and share this episode, and if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe and hit that indication button so you can get all the notifications from Ummati Station. Hatim, until then,
Assalamu alaikum.
And Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak to you, yeah. Okay, this time there's no shoe, there's only chips aman, man.
Only chips aman.
Yeah, Allah, take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.